condition or a criteria is met. Whenever a condition or a criteria is met, we want to modify the value of a field. Let us say, if it is 30 days, activate the account. If it is 30 days, deactivate the account. Now, if status is closed, then status is closed, then set a default. Okay, then set a bonus equal to 10,000. Now, what was this? Whenever a condition is met, we want some values to be automatically updated. We want automatically the values to be updated. When the status is closed, change the record type. Now, whenever a condition or a criteria is met, we want some action to be performed automatically by the system. Then we go for workflow rules. And if you want to modify the value of a field, then we go for field update. So when a condition or a criteria is met, you want to modify the value of a field, then we go for what? Then we go for what? Field update. Workflow, field update. Workflow, field update. Workflow, field update. I hope you are good. Am I clear with this? Okay. Let us take an example. Now I have loan. What are the fields we had? Security. Okay. I want to create some field here. Now, giving a pick list. Status. Pending, approved, rejected. Just 1 minute. Let me connect to the legal line. Yashwant. Yashwant. Okay, right. So, this issue with the audio. Okay, boss. Hello. Thank you. Now, let us go back. Then I have sanction amount. Now look at this. I am creating a workflow rule on this. Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals, workflow rules, new workflow. On which object I am creating? On the loan object. When a loan is created or modified, okay, anytime edited to meet the criteria, where I am giving if loan status equal to approved. So if the value of the status is approved, so whenever you modify and create the status equal to approved, so loan is approved. When the loan status is approved, then we can perform the action. What is the action you want to do? Field update. When you make the status equal approved, whenever the status value is modified as approved, then we want to update the status. Okay, what do you want to update? Sanction. Now I want to update the sanction amount. What was the sanction amount? Look at this. We want to update sanction amount. Now you can give it as a blank or you can give it as a value. Now how you want to update? I'm giving a formula. Sanction amount is applied amount into 60%. What is the amount that is sanctioned? 60% of applied amount is sanctioned. When this will run? Whenever status is modified as approved, automatically sanction amount will be given. Okay. Activate. Go to the loan. Now what we have? Status modified. What is the sanction amount? 0. There is no amount here. Sanction. Okay, if the status is approved, automatically what happened? Sanction amount is 60% of your. So when the condition is met, automatically it is modifying the value of a record. I hope you are good with this. Whenever the rule is met, it is automatically modifying the value of a record. Everyone is good with this? Clear for everyone? Right? Clear? So when the condition is met, modifying the value of a record. Now listen to the condition carefully. I am just trying to use this attends. Formula will not be given. Formula will be calculated when a record is modified. Okay. Now when record is created, I want to give. You are supposed to give status equal approved. If status is modified as approved, you want to calculate. Now this is one of the example I have given. Now I will give condition 4 condition. I will give 10 conditions. Okay. I will give 10 conditions. Then what will you do? Okay. No. So now I'll come back to the point. She has a point. Why don't we implement using a formula? If the status value equal to completed, then go for it. Now, if I go to the formula, what I will do? Is changer of field. When a status field is modified, then I can give sanction amount equal to this much. Okay, fine. Now what happened? Every time I told, when you write a formula, is changer of field. If the status field is modified, then you will be running. Now, if I make an update, I am making an update. When you say update, it doesn't mean that only this field is modified. You may modify any one of the field. Am I right? When do you go for a record update? When do you go for record update? When do you go for record update? Okay, if you modify any one of the field, it is considered as a record update. Right? Formula, I have is changer of. Only when that particular field is modified, I can do it. Is changer of. But can I use the picklish field in the is changer of? Now, what is the formula we have? Is changer of field name. Now, what I will do is, as she has asked me a question, let me answer it. Because when we can do it with the formula, why are you going for a workflow rules? Let me create a formula field. Right. Formula. What was the functionality I am writing? If condition and is changer of is changed of, what was that? Status and is equal of approved condition. If this is the condition, now first one is, can I apply is changed on pick list or not? When you want to know whether a particular field is modified, what is the functionality I have? Is changed. Now, can I use is changed functionality in formula or not is the first question. Now, how do you know when a particular field is modified? Now, if it is a new record, I can say is pick, okay, is pick status equal to approved is okay. When you modify the existing record, and you want to see when a particular field is modified or not. Am I right? I told if status is approved, status can be approved when you create a new record, or if I modify the value of the existing status as approved, also it is modified. Are you getting my point? When I create a new record, I can give status equal to approved, or I can modify any one of the existing records status as approved. Then how do you check their condition? Is changed of so and so. Is that function is allowed or not? Is the first question. What was that? Is changed may not be used in this type of formula. Then how do you check whether status is modified or not? Right? In this case it is not applied. If you check any other field, we can do it. But if you are trying to work with the pick list field, the formula conditions will not work. Because is changed cannot be. When a particular value is modified, it will not work. If I say created, if I created a evaluation criteria as created, then what I can do? If it is created, simply I can choose is equal. I can give yes, it will do. It will do now. Whatever I am doing, if I give when the record is created, if the pick list value is approved, you can make the following updation. That I can achieve with formula. But the condition what I gave was if the existing field value is modified to approved, or when a new record is created, or if the existing value of the field is modified to approved, I want some action to be performed. That we cannot do with formulas. Is changed will not work with formula fields. It only work with the validation. Are you clear? That is the reason I went to a workflow. If something can be achieved with the formula, then don't go for workflows. If we can achieve the functionality with formula, then we should not go for workflows. Then we can achieve with what? Formulas only. Whichever is not possible with formulas, that I will go for workflows. I hope you are clear. Right. That is the reason I went to formulas for making a field update. Okay, I went to workflow rules for making a field update. I hope you are clear with this. Is changed. I want to say when a field value is modified as approved, that I cannot check in the formulas. That is the reason I have taken this. Now, everyone, look at this point. Observe carefully. Observe carefully, boss. See, when you write only one workflow rule, it's simple. Only that rule will run and that update will happen. But in practicality, what will happen? One rule will not be there. Group of rules will be running on the same object. Then what is the order of their execution? See, if you write, there is only one person in the race, obviously is the gold medalist. Now, when you have a group of When a group of people, which one will run first is the question mark. When you have only one rule, obviously only that rule will run and that updation will happen. But if you have a group of rules, which rule will run and what is the order of their execution? Okay. Now look at this. I am creating a field update actions. Workflows. What we have? Phone update 1 on employee. This is the first rule I created. What is the rule I created? This is the field update. Action. This is the action I created. Okay. Then go to field update. So there are two actions. Okay, boss. Now I'm creating a workflow rules. I'm creating a workflow rule. Create workflow rules. First rule. First rule on employee object. When the record is created, condition city equals to Hyderabad. Field update action. Choose the existing action. What is the action I am creating? Field update 2 I am creating. Okay. Phone update 1 created it. This is the first one which I created, right? First I created this action. Let us say created it 10:30 a.m. on the same day. Action phone equal to phone update 2. Let us say created it 11 a.m. I created this action next. Phone equal to this is what I created. Now workflow 1 city equal to Hyderabad. Action update 2. Action update 2. I am creating one more workflow rule. When was this created? This workflow rule was created. Say on 13th of date also will be taken. You need to give 13th January so and so. Okay. Now I have workflow 2. the workflow 2, then what did I give? Rating equal to action. Created at 12th September. Okay. Now, when you have multiple workflow rules on the same object, when you have multiple rules on the same object, when you have multiple rules on the same object, what is the order of their execution? Are they executed as per this order? Are they executed as per this order? As per the order of action, are they executed? Or as per the order of workflow rule they are created? Actions are created, update 1 is created first, update 2 is created next. But workflow actions, which action I created first? Workflow 1 I created first, workflow 2. If workflow 1 is running first, what is the phone number? 3333 followed by workflow 2. And workflow 2, what it will do? Update the phone number as 9999. If output is 9999, what does it mean? Workflow 1 executed first, followed by workflow 2. If output is 3333, what is the meaning? Workflow 2 executed first, followed by workflow 1. Okay, let us see this. I am creating a next workflow rule. Rating rule. This is what I create. Then what we are doing, boss? Go to employee. What is the output we are getting? 33333. 33333. So which is executed first? Now there are two rules on this. Go back to this. Set up. Now what we have? Rating rule. What is the second rule? If rating equal to what? Phone update 1. What is the phone update 1? 999999. So phone update 1. This is for what? Workflow 2. For workflow 2. What was the next workflow rule we have? What was that? City rule. For the city rule, what I give? Field update 2. For field update 2, 3333. Now, how the action is happening? How the action is happening? They are not running as per the workflow created. They are running as per the action created. They are not running as per the order of workflow created. They are running as per the order of action created. Are you getting my point? So, whatever the action created it is there, first they are executed. Look at this format. When you go to this, first this action is performed, followed by this. Actually, if this is running last, what should be the output? 9999. But what is the output we got? 3333. That means this action happened last. Why this action happened? Out of these two actions, whichever the action is created first, that action is running, followed by next action. To make it simple, I'll give you here. Look at the point. Now we have multiple workflow rules. Listen to the concept carefully. Action 1 created 10th January 2018. What is the action? This is how we created. Then we have workflow. These are 3 different workflow rules. Now I create a record. So to make it more easy for you, I'll convey this. Okay. Now look at this. If this is 2, rating equal to 1. If this is 2. This is what I give. Now Hyderabad hot. Now tell me which rule will run first. If the workflow rule number 1 is running first, city equal to Hyderabad, S2, action 1, rating equal to warm. If rating equal to warm, second rule will be true. What is second rule? Rating equal to halt. It will fail. If the first rule is true, and if it is a first rule, action. City equal to Hyderabad. What is the first rule we have? City equal to Hyderabad. Now if the first rule what we have? City equal to Hyderabad. We have the first rule which says city equal to Hyderabad. If we give city equal to Hyderabad, rule is true. Then what it does? Performs the action. When it performs the action, if it is performing the action, what is the action? Rating equal to warm. Then Satish, Hyderabad, warm. If we check the second rule, what is the second rule? If rating equal to hot, no, it is rating equal to warm. Obviously, what happened? It will fail. If the second rule is failing, no, let us assume second rule is running first. Rating equal to hot, yes. Then what is the action? City equal to Bangalore. Now city equal to Bangalore. Satish, Bangalore, hot. If I check the first rule, it will fail. So it is first rule, action, second rule will fail. Second rule, action, first rule will fail. That means if you run like a rule, action, only one will run. Am I right or wrong? Okay, but actually what practically happens? Practically it is not like a rule, action. It's like rule. Practicality is you have 3 rules. So check the one. First rule 1. City equal Hyderabad. Rule 2. Don't perform action. It's not like rule action. It is like rule, then action. So check the second rule. Rating equal hot. Yes. Check the third rule. City equal to Chennai. I have verified all the rules. After verifying all the rules, then perform the action. How the action will be performed? These 2 rules are true. Then what are the actions we are supposed to perform? Rule 1, action 1. Rule 2, action 2. Now, what is the action 1? When was this rule created? 10th January. This was created on 15th January. So whichever the action was created first, perform that action. Which action was created in this? 10th January is created first. So that action will be performed. What is the action? Satish, Hyderabad. This action is performed. After performing this action, then perform the second action. What is the second action? City equal to Bangalore. So we are going to get Satish. So what is the final output we are getting? Satish, Bangalore, 1. So when you have multiple workflow rules defined on an object, when you have multiple workflow rules defined on an object, it is all the rules are verified first, and whichever the rules are true, all the rules are verified first. Whichever the rule is true, collect those rule actions, run those actions as per the order of action created. I hope you are good with this. It is not like rule action rule action. It is like verify all the rules. Now whichever the rules are true, collect their actions, run those actions as per the order of action created. This is the format in which you are supposed to execute when you have multiple workflow rules. When you have multiple workflow rules defined on an object for a field update, run all the rules first, check all the rules. After checking all the rules, whichever the rules are true, collect their actions, run those actions as per the order of action created. As per the order of action created. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Right, boss? Clear for everyone? Everyone has followed? If you have multiple rules defined on an object, verify all the rules. Once checking all the rules, whichever the rules are true, collect their actions, put them in a box. In that action, whichever is created first, that will run. Followed by next. I hope you are good with this. Everyone is good with this? Clear? Right. So let me go to the next one. Here we have one option. Oops, I did get this. This option. What was this option? Re-evaluate workflow rule after field changes. Listen to this. This is also one of the important workflow one. City equal to Hyderabad. City equal to Hyderabad. Rating equal to hot. Workflow 2. Rating equal to hot. Then so these are the two workflow rules what we have. These are the two rules. Then I have basic condition I'm giving. This is my, when a record is created, what we do? Check rule number 1, check rule number 2. Rule 1 is true or false. City equal Hyderabad. Check the workflow number 2. True or false? There are two rules. One is true, second is false. Then what will happen? The corresponding action will be performed. What is the corresponding action? Rating equal to hot. So it becomes Satish at about this is how we create. Satish had about hot energy. Right, boss? Why second rule failed? I verified both the rules, but the second rule failed. As it failed, I have performed the action of the first one only. As the second rule failed, I have performed the action of first only. I have performed the action of first only. Am I right or not? Am I right? Okay. Now look at the format. Now the condition is, if I check the second rule now, will it be true? Now it will be true. But can I check it like that or not? You already verified, it failed. Can I check once again or not? If you check once again, it will be true. But can you check it or not is the question mark. Already you verified, it failed. And rule 1 is true. Rule 1 modified the record. One of the rule is true. It has modified the existing record. Okay. Can I check the rule again or not? Is the question. That's what is called re-evaluate workflow rule after field change. If I enable this option, it says, boss, if there is any modification in the record because of a workflow rule, any one of the workflow rule modifies the record. If this workflow rule modifies the record, workflow 1 modifies the value of a record, recheck the remaining rules which are failed. If any one of the workflow rule modified the value of a record, can I recheck the workflow rule or not is the question. That is answered by re-evaluate workflow rule after field change. If I say for workflow rule 1, I told re-evaluate workflow rule. Any value of the record is modified because of this workflow rule, recheck the remaining rules which are failed. Then what happened? The same story. What happened? It is going to check the condition again. Now it is going to check. Why? Because you enabled it. Check the second rule. Now second rule is what? When it's true, perform the action. What is the action? Now index equal to I hope you got my point. When this is verified, if the second rule is like, if the re-evaluate workflow rule is enabled. Suppose I enable this also. If I enable this also, what will happen? First I will check the rules. Satish. Then check the rule. Workflow 1, true. Workflow 2, workflow 1 true, workflow 2 false. If workflow 1 is true, perform the action. And about hot. This is how we got. Then I told re-evaluate workflow rule. So if there is any modification done by the workflow 1, recheck the remaining rules. Why? Because you enabled it. Then I am going to recheck the workflow rules which are failed. Which rule is failed? Workflow. If it is true, banking. I verify. Satish Hyderabad hot banking. Okay. Now, because of workflow number 2, record is modified. I enable this also, right? So because of the second workflow rule, record is modified. So what should I do? Check any one of the rule which failed. Are there any rules which are failed? No. So what will happen? Stop. One rule will be verified only once. Once it is success, I will not check again. If any one of the rule failed, then I am going to check, provided if this option is enabled. So what is the meaning of reevaluate? Because of my rule, because of my workflow rule, if there is any field update, cross check the remaining rules, recheck the remaining rules which are failed in the previous case. Recheck the remaining rules which are failed in the previous case. I hope you are good with this. What is the purpose of reevaluate? Boss, because of my rule, if there is any field update, cross check the remaining rules which are failed in the previous case. Cross check the remaining rules which are failed in the previous case. I hope you are good with this one. I hope you are good with this. Any query on this? Any query on this? Clear for everyone? Clear, boss? Okay. So this is called re-evaluate workflow rule. If you have multiple workflow rules, all the rules are verified first. Then whichever the rule is true, their actions are executed as per the order of action created date. Actions are executed as per the order of action created date. Second one, if you enable re-evaluate workflow rule, of the field change, if there is any field update because of a workflow rule, it will cross check the remaining rules which are failed in the previous case. I hope you are good with this. This is what? Workflow field update. Now it can update your fields, your master record fields also. Which fields you can update? My fields, my master record. If two objects are connected by a master detail, the child can update master record fields also. Using a workflow field update, I can update my fields and my master record fields. Okay. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Clear? Right. So whatever the action we discussed till now is what? Immediate actions. Now how do you go for time dependent actions? How do you go for time dependent action? When the rule is met, don't perform the action immediately. Perform the action at a given time. When the rule is met, don't perform the action immediately. Perform the action at the given time. Now, deactivate the account after 5 days. Activate the account after 3 hours. So what we are doing? We are specifying a time slot in which the action should be performed, which is called time dependent action. We want the action to be performed at a given time slot, which is called time dependent action. I hope you are clear. This is called time trigger. Time trigger means time at which action should be performed is called time trigger. Time trigger. Time at which action should be performed, which is called time trigger. Please create a date plus 2 days. Okay, expiry date minus 2 days. Create a date plus 2 hours. Create a date minus 2 hours. So what was this? Plus or minus days or hours. So which field you have to take? You have date fields. Apply date, expiry date, okay, activation date. So the date field plus or minus number of days. date field plus or minus number of hours. So time trigger can be defined by using plus or minus hours or days. What is the time trigger? Days or hours after which the action should be performed. Days or hours at which the action should be performed, which is called time trigger. Time at which the action should be performed is called time trigger. I hope you are clear. Now the question is, can I create a time trigger for every evaluation criteria? When can I go to time-based workflow actions? When can I go to time-based workflow action? Right. Look at the point. Listen to this carefully. Object, account. No, created. When a record is created, I can go with a time-based workflow action. Record is created and every time it is edited, what is that? You cannot add time-dependent actions. So time-dependent actions cannot be created if the evaluation criteria is created and every time it is edited. If you choose evaluation criteria as, if you choose evaluation criteria as created and every time it is edited, you cannot create time-based workflow action. When the evaluation criteria is created and every time it is edited, we will not be able to create time-based workflow action. We will not be able to create time-based workflow action. I hope you are good. People are good. So when I can create a time-based action, when the evaluation criteria is created and anytime it is edited to meet the criteria. Only for these two we can create time-based workflow action. If I choose the second one, what is the second one? Created and every time it is edited, we will not be able to create time-based workflow action. I hope you are good. Okay. Let us choose the second. When a record is created, if industry equal to then I am going to create time-dependent workflow action. Now, when you want to create a time-dependent, you have to tell the time. At what time the action should be performed? Add the time trigger. 3 days after rule trigger date. 3 days after. These are the date and time fields. 3 days after or before. Days are hours. 3 days. After 3 days, you want action to be performed. What action? I want to give a task. When this action will be performed? After 3 days. After 3 days, when the rule is to perform this action after 3 days. Now see boss, if it is right now, because you created, it will run like you. Because I created, it will run like me. If you create a new record, because I created a record, it will run like Satish. If I modify the record, it will run like a Satish. But what was this? Action should be performed after 5 days. After 5 days, you may be in the company, may not be in the company. After 5 days, you may or may not be in a company. Then how will you solve it? Did you get my point? After 5 days, you may or may not be in the company. Then how will you resolve it? Then we are going for time-based workflow user. Then we are saying time-based workflow user. So we have to say run the action after 3 days like which user? After 3 days, run the rule like which user? After 3 days, run the rule like which user? After 3 days, run the rule like which user? Look at the form. When I say activate, lastly, default workflow user. After 3 days, run like which user? I told Satish. So after 3 days, it will run like Satish. So at the time of taking a time-based workflow rule, it will ask you after 3 days, action should run like whom? Now immediate means when the rule is to perform the action. Time dependent means you are going to give a time trigger, action will be performed at that particular time trigger. I hope you are good. Okay. Now what was this? If industry equal to banking, the action will be performed. Go back. If industry equal to banking, new record is created with industry equal to banking. Is it performing any action? Because the action did not be created now, action should be created after so and so. Now what happened? But if it is immediate action, I know whether rule is running or not. If it is a time dependent, how do you know whether it is running or not? If it is immediate, if you create a record, email will come. If I create a record, field will modify. If I create a record, task will be assigned. But it is a time dependent. When I say it is a time dependent, action should be performed at a particular time. Now, how do I know whether that action is running or not? If it is immediate, I can say action is working because action will be performed instantly. But it is a time based. When it is a time based, how do you know whether rule is working or not? How do you check whether rule is working or not? For this, look at the point, setup, monitor, what we have? Time based. On which object you wrote? Object equals to now you are able to see bank task is scheduled at 15th 9. Task is scheduled at 15th 9. So if you want to know time based workflow actions are running or not, what will you do? If you want to know time based actions are running or not, setup, monitor, time based workflows, write the condition, check whether job is scheduled or not. Did you find the difference between time based and immediate? Immediate means what? When the rule is to, action is performed immediately. Time based means what? When the rule is to, action will be performed at a time trigger. What is the time trigger? Time at which action should be performed. Now the question is, how many time triggers we can create? If I have workflow 1, for every workflow, I can create 10 time triggers. How many time triggers we can create? 10 time triggers. 10 time triggers means 10 days after created date. It's a one time trigger. 15 days for like this. I can give 10. In each time trigger, I can go for 40 actions. In each time trigger, 40 actions. Out of 40, 10 emails, 10 field updates, so how many time triggers we can create? 10 time triggers for a rule. Out of 10, for every time trigger, how many actions we can create? 40 actions. We can have 10 time triggers. We can create 10 time triggers. For every time trigger, 40 action. Out of 40, 10 emails, 10 tasks, 10 field update, 10 outbound messages. I hope you are good. I hope you are good with this, right? So for every workflow rule, how many time triggers? 10 time triggers. In each time trigger, 40 actions. I hope you are good. Now one of the main point here, listen carefully. If city equal to Hyderabad, perform the action 10 days after days before this is the rule. Then I told Satish, Hyderabad, 15th September. I created this record. City equal Hyderabad? Yes. Then action will be performed. When the action is performed? On 25th September 2018. Task is, like you say, email is sent. When the action will be sent? 10 days after the expiry date. What is the close date? What I gave? 15th September. Action will be performed on 25th. Okay. Then what happened? On 24th, I modified the record. On 24th, record is modified. Satish, Bangalore, 15th September 2018. Already you verified the rule. Rule is perfect. Then the action is added to the queue. When is the action need to be performed? 25th. Now I verified the rule. It is 100% true. Then action is added to queue. Right. On the scheduled date, if the action need to be performed on 25th, once again it is going to check the rule. When you say run the action after 10 days, once again rule will be verified. Still the record is meeting the rule, then only action will be performed. Then action is scheduled on which date? 25th September. On 25th September, what will happen? Once again it is going to check the rule. If the rule is still true, email will be sent. Now what happened? On 25th, if I check, city is not Hyderabad. So will the email will be sent? No. Are you clear? When any job is scheduled, on the scheduled date, once again rule will be verified. If you schedule any job, on the scheduled date, rule will be once again verified. If the rule is still true, then only action will be performed. I hope you are good. Everybody is good with this? Clear? Right. So, this is a time-based workflow action. Time-based workflow action. When I cannot create a time-based workflow action? When the evaluation criteria is created and every time it is edited. Okay. Now we have seen email alerts, field update and task. There is a fourth action which is called outbound message. What is this outbound message? Whenever the condition is met, send the record to external system. Whenever the condition is met, what I want to do? Send the record to external system. If the status is updated as closed, send this record to SAP system. If the rating is modified as hot, send this record to Oracle system. So, when the condition is met, you want to send this record to external application. Then we go for what? Outbound message. Then what should I do? Simple, boss. There is nothing that we need to do in the Salesforce. Everything should be done by third-party people. Outbound means what is outbound? They'll give the URL of the third party. Third party system will give you one URL. Copy that URL. Select the fields. Select the section ID. Done. They will give one URL. Copy that URL. Select which fields you want to send. Pass the section ID. It is done. So when the rule is true, this data will be sent to that URL. What is that URL? Third party system. They will define some web service and read the data. So third party will give you one URL, copy that URL, select the fields which you want to send. Automatically, when the rule is true, data will be sent to the third party. I hope you're good. This is called as what? Outbound message. Sending the data from Salesforce to external. In this case, what we require? URL. Who will give this URL? The third party. Simply copy, select the fields. It is called as outbound message. Now, overall, let us see the conclusion. What is the conclusion? On an object, on an object, when the evaluation criteria is true, on an object when the evaluation criteria is true, we are going to check the rule. When the rule is true, then perform the action. So, what is the action? One is right. Now, evaluation criteria. What are the possibilities? Created. Second one is created and anytime edited to some anyone I have to choose. Rule. How can I define a rule? Rules are defined in two ways. What are the two ways? Criteria based. Criteria is simple using fields of the record. Fields of the record, fields of the master or current. Formula. Then when you say action, immediate action, time dependent. What actions? Task, email alert, field update. Task, email alert, field update, outbound message. Task, email alert, field update, outbound message. Task, email update, task, email, field update, and outbound message. These are the four types of actions. Okay. Now, task assigned to user, owner. Email we can send to anyone. How many emails? 1000 per user per day. Per day, 1000 emails per user. Field update, which fields you can update? Fields of the record and master. Outbound is sending to third party. We have some condition. Multiple workflow rules. Re-evaluate. What do you mean by re-evaluate? Recheck the remaining rules which are failed earlier. Okay. Then, how many time takers? 10 time. Each time taken how many action? 40 action. Out of 40, 10 emails, 10 field update, 10 outbound message. Okay. Then overall, how many workflow rules we can give? 500 rules. We can define 500 rules for an object. Only 50 can be active. We can define 500 rules, but at a time, how many we can keep it as active? Only 50. This is the overall story. I hope you're good. Right? So that's all from my end. And tomorrow this is a holiday. Okay. So enjoy your Ganesh festival and meet back on Friday. Friday will be starting approval process. Right. Or data loader. Any one will be starting. Okay. We'll decide with Saturday class on Friday.